All right. So what are access modifiers in Java? So there are four access modifiers which are applicable at class, variables, methods, and constructor level. First one is public. So by public, it means that it is accessible from anywhere in the program. So say for example, if you have a public class, then that public class can be accessed by other classes within the same package or in a different package. Basically, it can be accessed from anywhere. Then comes private. So private means that it is accessible only within the class and not outside the class. So say for example, if you have a private variable, so that private variable can be accessed only in the same class in which it is declared. It cannot be accessed in any other class, even though that class might be in the same package. So private strictly means the same class. Then comes protected. So protected is accessible in any other class within the same package or the subclasses. So what are subclasses? So it comes in the concept of inheritance. So say for example, you have class A and class B wants to use all the functionality of class A. Okay, so class B will basically extend class A, or class B will inherit class A. And if there is any protected variable or protected method inside class A, you can access that variable or method in class B. And it is possible that your subclass might not be in the same package. So even if your subclass is in different package, you can still use the protected variables or methods from the base class. Then comes the default access specifier. So by if we add default, it means it is accessible only in the same package. You cannot use it in a different package. Okay, so what are class level access modifiers? So we have seen that we have like four access modifiers in total. So consider this example where you have this vehicle package, and inside this vehicle package you have two more packages, four-wheeler and two-wheeler. And inside four-wheeler you have a car class, and inside two-wheeler you have a bike class. So there are only two access modifiers at class level: default and public. So private and protected are not applicable for classes. Okay. So say for example, you have class car and you are not providing any specifier here. Say for example, you are not writing public here. So by default, it is a default access modifier. Okay. And if you explicitly write public here, then it becomes a public class. So say for example, if you create this class as default, if you create this class as default, then this car class, if you want to access this car class inside by class, you will not be able to do it because car class is default and by class is in a different package. It's in a two-wheeler package, whereas car class is in four-wheeler package. So basically you cannot access car class inside by class. Now coming to variables, constructors, and method level access modifiers. So all the four access modifiers that we discussed, public, private, default, and protected, are applicable for class variables, methods, and constructors. Now let's consider this example. So suppose you have public class car, and inside this public class car, you have a private variable car name of type string, and then you have a constructor car in which basically you are just initializing the car name, and then you have a method print car name which is just printing the car name in the console. Okay, now if you want to access this car inside bike class, so can you access this car inside bike class? First of all, the answer is yes, you can access because the car is uh, because the car class is public. Now, since you can access the car class, can you access its car name variable also? The answer is no, because it's a private field. So private field is accessible only inside the car class. Then coming to the constructor, can you access its constructor? The answer is yes, since it is public. And then coming to print car name method, can you access this from the by class? The answer is yes, you can access because it's a public method. Now let's consider another example where you don't provide any access specifier in car class. So if you don't provide the access specifier, basically it is default by default. Okay. So with default access modifier, can you access this car class inside bike class? The answer is no, you cannot access because car class is in a different package and bike class is in a different package. Now let's summarize and test our knowledge. Okay, so if you have a public modifier, can that be accessed within the same class? Obviously, the answer is yes, it can be accessed. And can that be accessed in the same package? So basically, it's a public, so it can be accessed anywhere. So yes, it can be accessed in same package. A subclass in a different package, yes, it can be accessed. What about other packages? Obviously, it can be accessed. Coming to protected. So can a protected field be accessed in the same class? The answer is yes, because the protected field can be accessed in the same class, same package, and also the subclasses. So it can be accessed in the same package. It can also be accessed in a subclass. And can it be accessed in other packages? The answer is no, it cannot. So coming to default, so default can be accessed in the same class. It can also be accessed in the same package. Can it be used by the subclass? It can be used by a subclass if it is in the same package. However, the scenario is subclass in a different package. So the default cannot be used in a subclass which is in a different package, and it cannot be used in other packages. Coming to private, private is strictly no outside the class. So basically, private can be accessed only in the same class. It cannot be accessed anywhere outside the class, be it in the same package also. So I hope this is clear now.